welcome to the Room of Requirement. My name is Megan, and I have over 25 years of occult and esoteric study and practice. And today, as promised, I'm going to be doing a video on angels. So I'm going to be talking about the hierarchy, their roles, the significance, their historical background. I'm going to touch a lot on Kabbalah. I'm going to talk about the Kabbalistic tree of life, the Sephiro, their correspondences. And we're going to be talking about the 9 choirs of angels, the triads, and how they relate to astrology and the zodiac. So this is a really complex subject, and I could go on and on and on for hours about this, but I kind of wanted to condense it. I may do another video that may be more in depth, but I just wanted to give you, just kind of like a basic idea so that you can understand them on a deeper level. I do have some visuals that I'm going to present. I'm also going to put some links in the description, and I've posted them in some of the slides, but I'm going to include the links so that you can check out all of the names of the angels, because there's more than just a few. There's actually 72 goetic entities and 72 angels. And then there are, unemployed angels too. So I talked about this previously in my spirit guides and angels video. So if you want to check that out, I talk a little bit about that, but this one's going to be a more in-depth, more comprehensive video just about angels. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this one. So let's just go ahead and dive right in. So the hierarchy of angels, an in-depth exploration. Angels have fascinated humanity for millennia, depicted as divine messengers and powerful guardians. The study of their hierarchy, roles, and significance spans various religions, historical, and esoteric traditions. We will delve into the celestial hierarchy, which explores their realms and examines their connections to Kabbalah and magic. Okay, the angelic hierarchy is traditionally divided into 3 triads, each containing 3 orders of choirs. This classification stems primarily from Christian theology, particularly the works of the Pseudo-Dionysius and the Areopagite. I'm probably mispronouncing that. So there's all kinds of different schools of thought. You're going to see, different information from, different orders, people that have written about this forever. You're going to have your biblical ideas of it, and your Jewish ideas of it, and Islamic, all of that stuff. So we're going to dive into that. But I just want to give you kind of like a brief overview so that you can really get a good grasp on this. And then I highly encourage you to do a lot of research. I've read a lot of books on this because I practice high magic, and it is heavily deals with angelic beings, invoking them and working with them. I've done extensive work on a lot of Renaissance era grimoires and codices that have to deal with this, and so that's kind of why I wanted to hit it from this angle. Okay. So the first triad. The first triad is the closest to God. This is the seraphim, or the fiery ones. So the role, known as the burning ones, seraphim, are the highest order. They are considered attendants at God's throne, singing praises and maintaining the divine order. Their realm, they reside in the highest heaven closest to the divine presence. Then there's the cherubim, and their role is guardians of God's glory. The cherubim are depicted with multiple faces and wings, symbolizing their knowledge and power. Their realm, they are positioned at the divine throne, often associated with wisdom. Then there are the thrones. Their role, they act as the carriers of God's justice and authority. They are seen as instruments of the divine will. The realm, they reside in the realm of pure spirit beyond material understanding. So then there's the dominions. Their role is to regulate the duties of the lower angels, ensuring the cosmic order is maintained. The realm they inhabit is a celestial plane governing the universal laws. Then there's the virtues. Their role, known for bestowing blessings and miracles. Virtues are seen as the divine enactors of God's grace. The realm they reside in, they operate in the realm of natural phenomena. Then there's the powers. The powers are warrior angels tasked with defending the cosmos from evil forces. They exist in the spiritual realm of warfare and protection. Then there's the third triad. They're closest to humanity. There's the principalities. The role, they oversee nations, cities, and rulers, guiding human leaders. They dwell in the realm of governance and social order. Then there's the archangels. We're very familiar with these. So their role, they are messengers of significant events and revelations. Notable archangels include Michael, Gabriel, and Raphael. They traverse both celestial and earthly realms, acting as divine intermediaries. Then there's the angels. They are most familiar to humans. These angels serve as personal guardians and messengers. They reside closest to the earthly realm, interacting with humanity directly. Historical and esoteric significance. Judaism and early Christianity. Angels appear in the Hebrew Bible and New Testament as God's messengers. Over time, their roles expanded to apocryphal texts and early Christian writings. Renaissance and Hermetic influence. During the Renaissance, the study of angels flourished. This was like its big heyday. That's where you get Renaissance era spirituality. So I talked about covering a video on that, and I think I will to go a little bit more in depth on this. So Hermeticism, a philosophical system blending various religious traditions, emphasized angels' roles in the cosmos and in magic. Occult and Gnostic perspectives. In occult practices, within occult traditions, angels are invoked for protection, guidance, and divine intervention. Rituals often involve specific prayers, symbols, and correspondences. They also have sigils and seals. So if you guys have ever noticed the tattoo that I have on my forearm, this is Archangel Zadkiel's sigil. And so he is my personal angel. So that's what this is. If you guys have ever wondered what that is his seal. So in Gnosticism, in Gnostic text, angels often serve as intermediaries between the divine realm and the material world, facilitating spiritual enlightenment. Invocation and practices. Invoking angels involves various practices across cultures and traditions. Common methods include prayer and meditation. Specific prayers and meditations are used to call upon angels for guidance and support. Ritual magic. Ceremonial magic, or high magic, you guys have heard me talk about that, incorporates angelic symbols, names, and sigils to harness their powers. Protective charms. Amulets and talismans inscribed with angelic names are used for protection. So I use these quite a bit. I've got them actually all over my altar and all over my room. I have a lot of angelic art all over my room, so I'm like super passionate about angels and their essences. And you know, I work with them a lot, so it's something that I'm really into. Okay, so angels and the Kabbalistic tree of life. In Kabbalah, you also hear me say Kabbalah. Sometimes I use them interchangeably, depending on who I'm in. Angels correspond to the Sephiro on the tree of life, each representing different aspects of God's emanation. Kether, which is the crown, associated with the seraphim, representing divine will. And there's Chokmah, which represents wisdom, linked to the cherubim, signifying wisdom and insight. Then there's Binah, understanding, connected to the thrones, embodying understanding and justice. The Kabbalistic tree of life and its angelic associations. The Kabbalistic tree of life is a complex symbol used in Jewish mysticism that represents the process by which the universe is created and sustained. It consists of 10 spheres known as Sephiro, each of which holds a unique aspect of divine manifestation. Each Sephiro is associated with a specific angel or archangels who help to channel and maintain the energies represented by these spheres. So there is actually an 11th Sephiro, which is called Da'at. So I'm going to be talking about that one. Sometimes you'll see that represented in depictions of the Tree of Life. Sometimes you won't. It's because it's the hidden one right above the Tiphareth. The Tiphareth Sephiro, which is right above, and it's usually hidden because it represents hidden knowledge that's attained once you embody all the Sephiroth. But I'll get more into that here in a little bit later. Okay, so here we're going to go through the correspondences. So the first one is Kether, which is the crown. Okay, the archangel is Metatron. Keter, it's sometimes called Keter or Kether. The highest Sephiroth represents the divine will and the source of all creation. It is associated with Metatron, an archangel who is considered one of the highest of the celestial beings. Metatron is often depicted as a scribe or a heavenly teacher responsible for recording the deeds of Israel. So if you guys have ever heard about Metatron's cube, so that is a sacred geometric pattern. I have those all over the place. I really wish I would have grabbed mine off the wall to show you guys. I'm sure you've seen it, but if you want to Google it really quickly, it actually holds all the platonic solids, which represent earth, air, fire, and water. And you can fit all of these shapes in this one. It's like a hexagram with a circle around it, and then it's got different points around it. So you could just Google that, Metatron's cube, and it'll pop up, and you'll see what I'm talking about. That's actually his sign or sigil that he uses. Okay, then there's 2, which is Chokmah, which represents wisdom. The archangel associated with that is Raziel. Chokmah embodies divine wisdom and the initial spark of creation. Raziel, the archangel associated with Chokmah, is known as the Angel of Mysteries. He is believed to possess esoteric knowledge and is thought to be the author of the Book of Raziel, which contains the secrets of the universe. Then there is Binah, which is understanding. This is Archangel Zaphkiel, not to be confused with Zadkiel. Binah represents understanding and the ability to discern. The Archangel Zaphkiel is associated with this Sephiroth. Zaphkiel is often considered the keeper of the divine knowledge and the understanding, helping to transform the raw potential of Chokmah into its structured form. Then there's Chesed, which represents kindness. The archangel is Zadkiel. So sometimes you'll see different spelling, and that's quite often just depending on the author, the school of thought, and the scholar. The names are going to be a little bit different, and also depending on what it really depends on is like the scholar, the book that you get it from, because the names have changed and it's mainly in Hebrew. So you're going to get a little bit of differentiation in the spelling of it. So just pay really close attention when you're looking at it. Okay. So Chesed is the Sephiroth of kindness, mercy, and benevolence. It is associated with Zadkiel, an archangel known for his compassion and generosity. Zadkiel is believed to offer grace and mercy, encouraging acts of kindness and charity. Then there is Gevurah, which represents strength. The archangel is Kamael. Gevurah embodies strength, discipline, and judgment. The archangel Kamael is connected to the Sephiroth. Kamael is often seen as a warrior angel who enforces discipline and helps to maintain order and justice. Then there is Tiferet, or Tippereth, sometimes you'll hear it pronounced with an H on the end, represents beauty. So that's associated with the heart chakra. That archangel is Raphael. Tiferet represents beauty, harmony, and balance. Raphael, the archangel associated with this Sephiroth, is known as a healer and a guide. Raphael is often depicted as bringing peace and harmony, helping to integrate and balance the energies of the other Sephiroth. Then there is Netzach, representing victory. Archangel Hanael. Netzach signifies victory, endurance, and the overcoming of obstacles. The archangel Hanael is linked to the Sephiroth. Hanael is often associated with the moon and Venus, symbolizing grace, beauty, and the power to overcome challenges with love and compassion. She's also known as a bridge from earth to the divine. Then there is Hod, or Hod, which represents glory. The archangel is Michael. Hod is the Sephiroth of glory and splendor. It's associated with Michael, the archangel, often seen as a protector and leader of the heavenly host. Michael is known for his courage and strength, representing the divine glory present in righteous acts. Then there's Yesed or Yesod. It is the foundation. Archangel is Gabriel. Yesed represents the foundation and the connection between the spiritual and the physical worlds. Gabriel, the archangel linked to the Sephiroth, is a messenger and communicator of divine will. Gabriel is often seen as a bridge between the higher realms and that of the earthly plane. Then you have Malkut, which is the kingdom, which actually represents our earthly plane. It's at the very bottom rung of the tree of life. And this is Archangel Sandalphon. So Malkut is the Sephiroth of the material world and the manifestation of divine presence on earth. Sandalphon, the archangel associated with Malkut, sometimes you'll hear it pronounced Malkuth, is known for his role in carrying prayers to the divine. Sandalphon is often seen as a mediator between the divine and the earthly realm. Okay, so Sephiroth angelic correspondences. This provides an overview of the angels and archangels associated with each Sephiroth in the Kabbalistic tree of life. Each angelic being plays a crucial role in maintaining the balance and flow of divine energies, guiding humanity towards spiritual enlightenment and understanding. So now let's look at the hidden Sephiroth, Da'at. It's spelled D-A''A''T, and it represents hidden knowledge. The hidden Sephiroth. The Kabbalistic tree of life is a mystical diagram used in Kabbalah representing the process by which the divine world manifests and interacts with the human world. It consists of 10 Sephiroth, or sometimes 11 with Da'at, or emanations, through which the infinite reality of God is revealed. However, there is an enigmatic 11th element known as Da'at, which holds a unique and somewhat hidden position in this structure. The location of Da'at. Da'at, translated, is knowledge. It does not have a fixed position in the traditional depiction of the Tree of Life. It's often considered a quasi-Sephiroth, emerging from the dynamic interaction between the Sephiroth of Chokmah, which means wisdom, and Binah, which is understanding. Da'at represents the point of synthesis, where wisdom and understanding converge to form knowledge. In visual terms, Da'at is sometimes depicted as residing below Kether or crown and above Tiferet, beauty, aligning horizontally with Chokmah and Binah. Characteristics and correspondences of Da'at. Though not always included in the count of the 10 Sephiroth, Da'at plays a crucial role in the spiritual and metaphysical framework of Kabbalah. It is associated with the conscious knowledge and awareness that emerges when the potential of wisdom and understanding is actualized in a meaningful way. Okay, correspondences. The element, spirit or ether. Da'at is often linked to the intangible and transcendent element that connects all things. Planetary association, Uranus or Pluto, reflecting its transformative and boundary-defying nature. It's associated with the astrological sign Scorpio, known for its depth, mystery, and capacity for transformation. Its color is purple or indigo, colors associated with spiritual insight and higher consciousness. The Hebrew letter Dalet, symbolizing a doorway, reflecting Da'at's role as a passage between the higher and the lower Sephiroth. Spiritual function. Da'at serves as a bridge between the intellectual and the emotional, allowing for the integration of divine wisdom into everyday consciousness. The role of Da'at in personal and spiritual growth. In the context of spiritual development, Da'at is often seen as the key to achieving a deeper connection with the divine. It represents the internalization of knowledge and the awakening of the soul to higher truths. Through Da'at, individuals can access a state of inner harmony where their intellectual understanding is in balance with emotional and spiritual awareness. In summary, Da'at is a profound and mystical aspect of the Kabbalistic tree of life. Though hidden, its influence permeates the structure, offering a pathway to unite the mind and spirit and to cultivate a more profound understanding of the divine. So here are some visuals for you guys. I really wanted to blow this up, but it was hard for me to. I'd have to turn my visual off to really blow this up. So I wanted to include these, and I will definitely include links to these so that you guys can get a real good close look at these. This one here on the left, this is the 32 Ways of God. This has every single correspondence. It has the chakra correspondences, the color correspondences, the angelic correspondences. Some of them even have the tarot correspondences. It basically explains how you can get from Malkuth all the way up to Kether and then past. There are actually 3 other levels above the Kabbalistic tree of life, which is the Ein, the Ein Sof, and the Ein Sof R. And this is what we call crossing the abyss. When you attain the hidden knowledge of Da'at, and you reach certain levels of enlightenment, you're able to go past these 3 layers, and then their source is completely beyond those top 3 layers. Okay. So this has the Hebrew letters. It has all of the different correspondences. It has the different worlds. It has the Asaya, the Jetsira, the Bria, the Etziluth, the Alam, the 4 worlds, the spiritual qualities, all of these things. So it's really worth looking at if you guys want to take a look. Like I said, also you'll hear about pillar symbolism. And so the pillars on the tree of life, this is where you see this in Freemasonry. You'll see this on the High Priestess card in the tarot. They represent Joaquin and Boaz. They are polarity, duality. They are black and white. They are they basically represent a whole lot of things. They represent mercy and severity. So this goes like really, really in depth once you start learning all of these things. But I thought it was really interesting to throw these in here. So if you guys are wanting to learn a little bit more about this, check out these links. I'll make sure that I link these. These are probably one of the best ones that I have found out there. So I hope you guys are interested and want to see these in closer detail. Okay, so Islamic angelic hierarchy. In Islam, angels are considered to be made of light, serving distinct roles. There is Jibril, which is Gabriel, the chief messenger of God. Then there's Mikael, which is Michael or Mikael, provides nourishment and rain. Then there's Israfil. It will blow the trumpet on Judgment Day. And then there's Azrael or Azrael. This is the angel of death. In Jewish angelic hierarchy, so Jewish texts also describe various classes of angels, similar to Christian traditions such as the Malachim. This is regular angels who act as messengers. And then there's the Seraphim and Cherubim, similar roles to those in Christianity. Abilities and functions. So they are messengers. They deliver divine revelations and guidance. They're protectors. They guard individuals and nations from harm. They act as guides. They offer spiritual insight and inspiration. And they are also warriors. They fight against evil forces. Okay, so angels in various cultures and faiths. In Hinduism, they're called devas. They are divine beings that serve different functions akin to angels. Asuras, often considered opposing forces to the devas. Then in Zoroastrianism, Amisha Spentus, they are holy immortals who assist Ahura Mazda in the cosmic order. So this spans all, millennia. This goes way back. Even, you'll find them in cultures, even in biblical times, just under different names. And so I will probably touch on that because I'm super fascinated with ancient Sumerian culture. And then before that, you have the Lemurians, and then the Atlanteans, and then that's where Anunnaki comes in. I had somebody that subscribed, they mentioned me talking about these things. So this is really tied into all that. So I will be doing a video of a timeline of everything going way back from Atlanteans all the way up to Egyptian times, and explain the spirituality there and how all of this kind of connects together. So if you guys are also interested in that, just drop it in the comments below and let me know. It's something I'm super passionate about. I've taught numerous classes on all these subjects. So I'm just really super passionate about it. But anyway, I just wanted to throw that in there. Okay, so occult and esoteric practices. Angels are invoked in various mystical traditions for guidance, protection, and spiritual growth. In Kabbalah, it incorporates angelic hierarchies into its mystical teachings. Then there's Thelema. This is Aleister Crowley's religion that he created. It utilizes angels and rituals for spiritual enlightenment. And then you get into the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, which engages with angels for magical practices. So the members of the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn actually created the modern tarot deck that we have in 1909. There are 3 founding members. Created the tarot deck. These are just, there's tons and tons and tons of orders out there that have contributed to, spirituality, esotericism, hermeticism, all of these things. So that's why I wanted to do a video on Renaissance era spirituality, because it's going to touch on all of these things too. But I just want to mention them because I want you guys to be aware that all of this is just all connected. Okay. So they were all studying the same thing. It just has different names, different time periods, but it's all very much connected. Okay, so angelic representations and symbols. So wings, they symbolize swiftness and the ability to transcend earthly bounds. Halos represent divine light and purity. They also represent levels of enlightenment. That's why you see Jesus with a halo around, even Mother Mary. If they have a halo painted around their head, that means they've reached a certain level of enlightenment. So that's what halos in general, or rings of light around someone, usually represents. You'll see this in a lot of Renaissance era art, a lot of art in churches. That's basically what that is a symbol for. Then there are swords, and they symbolize justice and protection. Okay, so the 72 angels of the Shem HaParesh. So once you get further along on your occult or esoteric path, you are going to hear this long word that is, pronounced. Some people, God, I even would mispronounce it along, but it's called the Shem HaParesh. Okay, so what it includes is the 72 angels of the Shem HaParesh are believed to be divine beings that correspond to different aspects of life and spirituality. Each angel is associated with the 5 days of the year, and they are derived from a specific combination of the 72 Hebrew tri-letter names found in the book of Exodus. So there is a list of 72 angels. You can find all these names here. I didn't want to name all these. It would take forever and a day. So I put a link here. You guys can find this on Wikipedia. I'll also throw this links in the description. So each angel has unique abilities and attributes, and they are traditionally evoked through specific rituals and sigils. Okay. Then there are these 72 goetic, or demons. I don't like using that word demon because of its biblical terms. Another word from it is daemons. What they are is basically, they are the opposite of the angels. So everything has dark and light. Every angel has a goetic entity, counterpart, and every goetic counterpart has an angelic counterpart. So these things go hand in hand. It's just the two sides of the same coin. Okay, so that's why this stuff gets so misinterpreted and seen in a certain light, especially in biblical terms or religious terms. But basically, they're just one and the same. They're just two parts of the same thing. Okay. So the 72 demons of the Ars Goetia and spirits cataloged in the Lesser Key of Solomon. So I've done some work on this before in the past on my old channel. It's a grimoire dating back to the mid-17th century. These spirits are often invoked for various purposes, including gaining knowledge, power, or material success. So the list of the 72 goetic demons or daemons or entities, you can find these names here, so I've linked that. Each demon has unique abilities and attributes, and they are traditionally evoked through specific rituals and sigils. Okay, so correspondence to the zodiac. A lot of people don't realize that angels are heavily corresponded to the zodiac. So both the 72 angels and the 72 goetic demons are believed to correspond to the astrological zodiac. The angels and demons are aligned with the 360 degrees of the zodiac, with each entity governing 5 degrees. This creates a direct relationship between these spiritual beings and the astrological signs, allowing individuals to seek assistance or understanding from these entities based on their zodiac sign. Okay, how they relate to astrology. So Aries, March 21st to April 19th. The first 8 angels and demons correspond to Aries, each governing specific degrees of the sign. Taurus, April 20th through May 20th. The next set of angels and demons corresponds to Taurus. Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. Continue assigning angels and demons per 5-degree segments of these zodiac signs. This connection provides a spiritual dimension to astrology, suggesting that these celestial beings can influence or enhance the characteristics and experiences associated with each zodiac sign. Through meditation, prayer, or ritual, individuals may seek to harness the virtues of the angels or protect against the vices of the demons aligned with their own astrological sign. So this is what we mean. We talk about this a lot in ceremonial magic, when you're able to transcend the astrological influences, you are able to embody all of the aspects of your astrological sign. We're born with these astrological signs. We take on this essence. When we learn to transcend the influences of the stars, then we are able to escape the constant cycle of reincarnation. So that in essence is the whole point of ceremonial or high magic, is to embrace all of these characteristics, learn how to master the positive ones, and learn how to challenge yourself to overcome the negative ones as a whole. So in essence, that's why this corresponds with astrology, because as above, so below, as within, so without. Once we learn how to transcend all of these things and we gain more knowledge, we become more enlightened, and then we don't have to keep coming back here over and over and over again once we've mastered all of these signs. Okay, so if that is something that you guys are interested in, learning, I can also do a video on that. I've done work on that in the past. So if you're interested, just drop a comment and let me know. Okay, so here are some pictures that I wanted to show you. So a lot of people just assume that like they're beautiful angels, they're, androgynous, and they're super beautiful, and that's a more biblical look to them. But here's basically what they look like. I have known people that have actually seen them in their true form with other magicians that I've worked with. So here, starting from the far left, we have the seraphim. So they have all of the wings. Okay, no, excuse me. The one on the left is a orphanim. Okay, so hold on, I'm getting this messed up. Hold on. Okay. The seraphim are the ones with just the wings, okay, with the eyes on the wings. Then you have the ones that have the tons of wings with the single eye in the middle of them, okay? And then you have the ones with the wheels with the eyes. So those are the actual thrones, okay? Excuse me for butchering this, you guys. It's really late at night. I'm kind of tired. But I just wanted to show you, this is a seraphim, orphanim, and throne. So this is what they actually look like. They do not look like, these beautiful biblical angels, but they do appear to humans that way, but this is their true form. If we were actually to see their true form, we wouldn't be able to handle it. It's too powerful, so they have to, come down in vibration and appear to us something appealing, okay? So forgive me for mixing that up. But I just wanted to show you guys like what they look like. Okay, so, and this would be a beautiful seraphim angel, which is very much pleasing to the eye. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this one. I would love to hear what you have to say about this, your thoughts, any experiences you have, any questions that you have. And I will see you guys next time around. Bye.